Thank you so much for the support. Thank you, Dr. Lahane, sir. So the main difference between phacoemulsification and SICS remains in the management of the nucleus. Because in phacoemulsification, you emulsify the nucleus, and in SICS, you deliver it. Now, most of the earlier techniques, that is making a tunnel, capsular access, hydromaneuvers, they remain the same for everybody. What differs from surgeon to surgeon is the technique with which they deliver the nucleus in SICS. Now, I would like to make it very clear over here that we are using visco-expression technique and the Blumenthal's technique. But there are so many techniques customized by every surgeon, modified by every surgeon, use of snares, my loop, so many different things, phacominification, any technique that works in your hand and which is safe for the patient with respect to the corneal endothelium, the vision of the patient, not only short term, but the long term with respect to endothelial decompensation, the pupil, the iris not being damaged, no vitreous loss. The technique which works well for you and the patient is a technique which is correct. Now, the nucleus management, like I said, is always a dilemma because the nucleus, as we know, is very big. It grows throughout life, and as the layers are being made, it gets compacted and it becomes more and more harder. So it's very difficult to express it. So what we have is a nucleus which is as big as a surgery in ECC, but we want to remove it through a small incision like in phaco, and that is the dilemma which we are faced with every day. So our aim of nucleus delivery in SICS is to reduce the nuclear size to facilitate a safe delivery through a stable, safe, small incision. So how do we achieve it? We've already discussed that the incision here remains essentially a funnel, and what you can see marked in red are the scleral pockets. And as you can see that the internal incision is much smaller than the external incision. Therefore, the astigmatism is controlled, but the facilitation of the nucleus delivery occurs. To have the preliminary steps of a good safe incision, a good capsular access, or even a can opener and a free nucleus is very important. One must know a good CCC for the best results, and a free nucleus is ensured with the hydromaneuvers, as we have already seen. One must know the difference between the CCC in SICS and phaco, because sometimes it so happens that I'm doing a few SICS surgeries in a day and I'm doing phacoemulsification also. So I have to be very conscious to remember that the capsular access should be large in phacoemulsification in SICS than in phaco, because if it is small, the nucleus cannot be brought out of the capsular bag, and hence the CCC in SICS essentially is larger than in phaco. That is a very important thing to remember. So as you can see over here, this is a very good soft cataract. The pupil is fully dilated. The microscope and the instrumentation are very good. As you can see, a complete glow. As you can see over here, my capsular access is larger. And the pupil is fully dilated, but still it is larger than 5 or 5.5, and a complete beautiful circular capsular access has been achieved. Nucleus management in SICS includes luxation. Luxation, what is luxation? Basically bringing the nucleus from the posterior chamber into the anterior chamber, from outside the bag and into the anterior chamber is luxation. That is a separate step by itself. You cannot mix the two steps, because without bringing the nucleus into the anterior chamber, if you try to deliver it like an ECC, it's not going to be possible. So one must remember that these are two separate steps. And delivery is that once it is in the anterior chamber, to deliver it outside the incision, that is the second step. Now, luxation is that after ensuring a free nucleus, you engage it with the cystitome, but it is very important to know that the site of the engagement should be away from the equator. Otherwise, you will pull, and it should not be engaged into the capsule. Otherwise, the capsule gets pulled. And you have to dislodge the nucleus slightly from the 12 o'clock to the 6 o'clock in the same plane. So as you can see, this is the hydro maneuver, and you can see the golden ring and the salute of the nucleus. This is the Blumenthal's technique where you hold the eyeball. Now the nucleus is rotated out of the bag and brought into the anterior chamber. So this is called as luxation. Luxation can be sometimes very easy, or as you can see in a small pupil which we saw earlier, you might have to carousel it and slowly bring it out without damaging the pupil. The common goal in nucleus delivery is to remove the nucleus through as small an incision as possible. But please remember that it's not important it is small. It's not important that it is sutureless. You can always take a suture. Try as small as possible without compromising the safety of the eye. Various techniques are devised to reduce the size and facilitate delivery. As we have seen few videos of the Blumenthal technique, the visco-expression technique, phaco-minification, use of a snare, use of a my-loop, phaco-sandwich, wire-vactus. So many things are in vogue. So we have been seeing videos of the Blumenthal technique where the black is a glide, and as the name suggests, it is used to glide the nucleus out. As you can see over here, this is a very, very hard brown or a cataract, a Niagara cataract, which would be difficult to do phacoemulsification, and I would be scared because I would be worried about compromising the corneal endothelium. So this is a glide which is used. It is placed over the iris just inside the tunnel without entering the anterior chamber so that the PC does not get hit. And with the pressure and the counter pressure, the nucleus glides out. As you can see over here, the nucleus is engaged in the tunnel. The internal incision is larger and the AC maintainer helps to glide out the nucleus. Once it is engaged like this, it can also be rotated out like this with the forceps or with the needle. Pressing the tunnel will help even the removal of the little bit of epinucleus and the cortex. That's the beauty of the technique, and that's the nucleus delivery in the Blumenthal technique. In the visco-expression technique, you do not use a glide. What you have is a visco syringe, a pre-filled visco syringe, and it can be used to bring the nucleus into the anterior chamber. As you can see over here, I'm a left-handed surgeon, and as you can see, the hydro maneuver is complete. The nucleus is now first dislodged towards 6 o'clock, and at the equator, using a carousel technique, it is rotated and brought into the anterior chamber. This is luxation. Now, with the syringe injecting viscoelastic, and once the nucleus engages, pulling the superior rectus, it can be easily glided or expressed out of the eye. No extra instrumentation is required, and this is the visco-expression technique. In phaco sandwich, it is sandwiched between two instruments. We have never used phaco sandwich, but this is just to complete the presentation that there are many, many practices in vogue, and anything that is safe for you and safe for the eye without damaging the iris or the cornea, and the patient looking as normal as he was before with a normal pupil without it being damaged is very, very important. Phaco-minification is that once it is engaged in the tunnel, a part of the nucleus is chopped off, rotated because the size is diminished, and then it is expressed out. The snare is using a snare to cut it into two, like a mechanical first division of the phacoemulsification. Once the nucleus is divided into two, each piece is then delivered out through the tunnel. As you can see, this is a snare. And since we are not using the snare technique, I have just used the diagrammatic representation to show what is exactly done. And it is removed. In the wire vectors, instead of a visco expression, a wire vectors or an irrigating vectors, my friend Dr. Siddharth Kamble does it, and is used that there is irrigation so that there is no damage to the endothelium, and it is expressed out, which is easy to learn because you are doing vectors delivery in an ECC. This is an irrigating wire vectors, as you can see the diagrammatic picture, where it is attached to an irrigation line, and there is flow of fluid, which again helps the nucleus to be delivered. So this is again a visco expression technique, luxation of the nucleus into the anterior chamber, putting of the visco, and then pulling it only after it is engaged to ensure complete delivery. Various techniques have been discussed and devised. The best that works in your hands and the best which is for the patient is the one which you should be following. The status of the cornea post-surgery, whether there are striae, the status of the corneal endothelium, maybe it may look clean the next day, but in the next few months or years, it may decompensate. The pupil, which looks as natural as possible, no inflammation, very little manipulation techniques or is very important during the surgery, and which helps give very good results. And as I've always learned from my guru, Padma Shri Dr. T.P. Lahane, that at the end, it is all the patient who counts, and we are surgeons only for the patients and the patient's well-being. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you,